Today I'm going to be reviewing the Sony HDR-CX455 camcorder. This is a very good video camcorder for beginners, and especially if you're just starting out making YouTube videos or vlogging. I'm not going into detail about how to use a camcorder. You can read the manual, and there are plenty of other review videos on this camera already. I will mainly talk about what I like and what I don't like about this camcorder, the pros and cons in a practical sense for my everyday use. I've had this camcorder for about 1 year now, and I've made many of my YouTube videos with it. So let's get started. First of all, what I like about this camcorder is its size. It's very small and compact. It weighs almost nothing. Even with an extended capacity battery like this one here is still really small, and it can still fit in my pocket even with this supersized battery. Second, the battery life. The camera can record videos up to 8 hours straight on its supersized battery. That's amazing. There are only a few camcorders on the market that have this kind of battery life. The original battery was only half of this size, so I went ahead and bought this aftermarket battery pack, and it's pretty cheap too. It's only about $12. And this battery is also compatible with many other Sony camcorders, not just with this model. The third thing I like about this camcorder is the zoom range. The zoom on this camcorder is phenomenal. It can go up to 60x, and I can be able to zoom pretty far with this lens. The zoom speed is also adjustable, so you can adjust how slow or how fast your zoom speed goes. Of course, with this level of zoom, you're going to have to mount the camcorder on a tripod, because it will be quite choppy when you zoom all the way in. The fourth thing I like about this camcorder is this USB cable. This USB cable serves two functions. Number one, it can be used to transfer files to your computer without having to remove the micro SD card. Number two, this cable can also be used to charge the battery. So if you just plug it in without turning it on, the amber light will lit up indicating that it's charging the battery. So basically you don't need a charger at all. However, you cannot use the camera when it's charging your battery. And unfortunately, this battery is so big that it takes a whole day to charge this battery. So I have to purchase a dedicated charger to charge the battery while I'm still able to use my camcorder with a second backup battery. The next thing I like about this camcorder is that it has a microphone input. This is a real gem here. There are not many camcorders at this price range that has an external microphone input. The startup time to record is extremely fast. From off to on and start recording only takes about 1 to 2 seconds. That's very fast. That means you never miss an action even when your camcorder is off. So next, let's talk about what I don't like about this camcorder. Number one is the sound quality. The sound quality is one of the worst quality I've ever seen in a camcorder. The sound you've been hearing up to this point comes from my Blue Yeti microphone. And now I'm going to switch to this camcorder's sound. What you're hearing right now is coming from this camcorder, and it sounds like I'm in a big lecture hall in a university classroom. It's just terrible. It does, however, have a microphone input on the side of the camcorder. But there's a few problems with this setup. Number one, you have to open up the screen in order to plug in your external microphone. Number two, there's no hot shoe mount on the top of the camcorder. So even when you have an external microphone, there's nowhere for you to mount the microphone onto the camcorder, and you have to hold it with your hands. That's just too clumsy, when you still have to use the other hand to maneuver the camcorder for filming. Now I'm going to switch back to my Blue Yeti microphone because the sound from this camcorder is just terrible. The second thing I don't like about this camcorder is the photo option. There's a button here on the top for taking pictures, and it takes forever for it to just take one picture. It seems like if you want to take a picture of the sunrise, by the time it's done taking one picture, the sun is already set. And the quality of the image is terrible. So even though it can take still photo, it's absolutely useless. So I've given up on it, and I've never used it for taking pictures. The third and also the last thing I don't like about this camcorder is the mount on the bottom of the camcorder. It's right on the front of the camcorder, and most of the weight of the camcorder is on the back, especially with a big battery like this one. So it's very unbalanced when mounted on a tripod. If you travel with a big tripod, then it's fine, but if you have a small and portable tripod, this might be a problem because it's not balanced, so you'll be easily tipped over. So those are the pros and cons about this camcorder. The cons is not much of a big deal. With the sound recording, you can just use voiceover and record sound on a separate recording device, or you can just use an external microphone. Overall, it's a very good camcorder for beginners. I think you get the best bang for your bucks on this camcorder. It's hard to find a good camcorder like this one with so many good features. The video quality is very good when you have good lighting. In low light, it does not perform really well. But again, for the price, you cannot expect too much from it. For the last part of the video, I will provide some video samples with different lighting conditions.
Anything you want to know? What is your question? Will you get a Nintendo Switch? For that we go to the cards about presents. Because sometimes it's about what you can do to earn a Nintendo Switch more than it is about it just showing up in your life. Pick a card. This one? Ooh. This is the card of generosity. That means that it would be very generous if you came home and there was just a Nintendo Switch sitting there waiting for you, yes? But it is more about you and the generosity that you bring. So I see a future in you finding a way to be more generous to those around you and those that are raising you. And then a discussion of a Nintendo Switch could be had. Does that sound good? Can you be a generous ninja? Then please take your card. Who is next?